Hello everybody, how you doing? My name is Dr. Sammy BAYA. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are live and we are discussing the HEYOKA empath. Understanding the HEYOKA empath, the most powerful empath. That is the title of this live video. So in this video we will discuss all the signs that you are a HEYOKA empath. Empaths are people who have this ability to empathize or understand and share the feelings of others. Being an empath is a complex trait that can be very advantageous, it can be very beneficial, and it can also be a big disadvantage or a big detrimental to a person. We have numerous strengths and benefits of empaths. And one of the biggest benefits of empaths is their ability to improve relationships and assist in healing. That is one of the strengths of being an empath. When you talk about empaths, we should know that there are many types of empaths. We have the dark empaths. We have the emotional empaths. We have the animal empaths. We also have the precognitive empaths. But the most powerful type of empath, the strongest of them all, is the HEYOKA empath. And they say that the HEYOKA empath is probably the most powerful empath because of the ability of healing others that the HEYOKA empath has. That makes them one of the most powerful empaths. Now, when we talk about the HEYOKA, the HEYOKA empath is a type of empath who can reflect the hidden emotions of others in a provocative manner, often disrupting societal norms. And the most common signs of a HEYOKA empath include being highly intuitive, having an unconventional sense of humor, and challenging societal norms. So, when you talk about the HEYOKA empath, we are basically saying that empaths are naturally intuitive because empaths can sense energy and feel emotions. But HEYOKA empaths take it to another level. They are introverted, which means they will always be listening to their own feelings and contemplating what is important to them. But the HEYOKA empath is always aware of other people's feelings continuously. When you talk about the HEYOKA empaths, most of the time there will be an artist, a designer, a writer. These people can be great HEYOKAs because they need time alone to think about life and all its intricacies. HEYOKAs have many traits. And they're made up of both the light and dark energy. So you might actually think that most HEYOKAs have bipolar tendencies. Let me not scare you a little bit more there. What you should know about HEYOKA empaths is that they can experience challenges in relationships due to their unconventional and often unpredictable behavior. but they can also facilitate growth for their partners. A HEYOKA empath is one of the rarest empaths. They feel the emotions and energy of others inside their body. The HEYOKA empaths have this natural ability to help them heal from bad moods by mainly using humor. Remember, the term HEYOKA is a Native American word which originates from the Native American Sioux culture. That means sacred clown, the sacred jester. So the HEYOKA empaths as I've said, is an empath to start with. And this is someone who understands someone else's feelings and thoughts, and they can decode their emotions. HEYOKA empaths are very good at maintaining relationships and making people feel comfortable around them. But remember, even a coin has two sides. So being an empathetic person has blessings as well as curses. Sometimes when you know other people, it can be very overwhelming. Some empaths, especially the dark empaths, can use their ability to take advantage of someone and misuse their power. And when I'm talking about these dark empaths, they misuse your emotional vulnerabilities. So, as I've said, the word HEYOKA is derived from Sioux, indigenous tribal language, which is interpreted as a sacred jester. A HEYOKA is someone who can heal people of their emotional issues. That is according to the Sioux culture. So, in this Sioux tribe culture, it is believed that a HEYOKA challenges the rest of the people to change their perspective towards things so that they adopt a positive outlook. The HEYOKAs usually take a humorous take on passing this information to others. The HEYOKA empath is believed to be the most unique and the kindest and the most powerful type of empath. When you talk about intuition, then the HEYOKA empath is highly intuitive. And they have a huge influence on other people. So, this HEYOKA term, we've said it has Native American roots, stemming from the Lakota branch of the Sioux tribe. The HEYOKA, which translates to sacred clown, refers to those members of tribal society chosen for public roles, not dissimilar to court jesters. So, you could be a HEYOKA empath if you use humor to heal people. You could be a HEYOKA empath if you use humor to heal others. The HEYOKA empath is considered as an empath and not just a comedian of sorts. So when you are a HEYOKA empath, you are naturally intuitive. We know one thing about empathic and intuitive people. Empathic and intuitive people are able to sense emotions and energies as if they were their own. If you're a HEYOKA empath, you have a strong intuition about things. even if you don't consciously realize it. So sensing other people's emotions is a gift and a curse, because you understand how people feel and you understand how people think. So this makes it very difficult sometimes to connect with others. And one thing about HEYOKA empaths, they have artistic features. We know that many empathic people are creative and artistic. And that's why many empaths are those types of people. They like drawing or painting in their spare time. So with the HEYOKA empath, they also have bipolar tendencies, as I mentioned already. The reason why the HEYOKA empaths have bipolar tendencies is because they have a hard time managing their emotions. They naturally sense other people's feelings, and this sometimes can be overwhelming. Sometimes they are prone to depression, to anger, to sadness. They feel a certain degree of joy from being alone, but they also get lonely at the same time. So they can sometimes fall into depression or anger without even much provocation. That is how HEYOKA empaths are. And this happens because of the ability that HEYOKA empaths have to absorb other people's feelings or energy from the environment. The HEYOKA empaths are natural puzzle solvers. They are they have a great analytical mind when it comes to solving problems. The HEYOKA empaths are very good at identifying the root cause of something. They are good at conceptualizing and organizing situations. Sometimes the HEYOKA empath can even sense or can even think, can even read your mind. So the big question is this: are you a HEYOKA? Are you a HEYOKA? As I've just to remind you, a HEYOKA is a very powerful empath that feels the emotions and energy of others inside their body. The HEYOKA empath has the natural ability to help heal physical afflictions, emotional issues, or simply bad moods using humor. The HEYOKA empath, their primary role is to assist people to come in touch with their own powerful energy. They have this ability to sense energy of other people. The HEYOKA empath, just like other empaths, they can reflect the energy of the other person, good or bad. That helps them in facilitating healing. HEYOKA empaths, they demonstrate objectivity and acceptance of all people. Just like empaths, the HEYOKA does not resort to judgment or condemnation. They don't judge others. But instead, they approach each situation with an open mind. Now, this is one of the main traits that the HEYOKA has that allows them to facilitate dramatic healing in spite of the circumstances confronting people. As true empaths, the HEYOKA will often confuse other people's emotions as their own. You know, then HEYOKA empath is gifted in reading various social situations, and this allows them to gauge an individual's overall feelings. So one thing about the HEYOKA you should know is that the HEYOKA is a healer. They can remove pain. They have the ability to remove both physical or emotional pain from people, from even animals, and this brings about dramatic healing. As healers, the HEYOKA empath does not take on or absorb the person's pain or affliction. One of HEYOKA's greatest gifts is humor, that is the ability to laugh at themselves. And this helps others to take themselves less seriously. So on an emotional level, the HEYOKA empath is a gifted listener. Many people find themselves disclosing their deepest fears and secrets when with HEYOKAs. And HEYOKAs will find themselves giving very good advice. Most of the time, they'll say exactly what is needed to be heard. And this promotes healing. So, in short, HEYOKA empaths are truly caring people. They care about people. They care about animals as well. So HEYOKA empaths always create this positive change in people. They have this gift of making people laugh. So the message that the HEYOKA empath gives most of the time is a message that is most of the time needed by people. So when you're having a meeting with a HEYOKA empath, it will be a very comfortable meeting because the HEYOKA empaths are generally empathic people by nature. We all know that HEYOKA empaths place the needs of other people before their own needs. HEYOKA empaths can know when someone is angry or sad. They can know this without even talking to them. They can sense danger, they can sense anger in others, because the HEYOKA empath does not need to talk to someone to know if they are angry or not. They can feel the energy of a person and even tell if that person is lying or not. One thing with empaths, they have sensors to detect emotions. But HEYOKA empaths can detect emotions just by feeling a person's energy. We know that HEYOKA empaths are amazing at sensing the sadness in others, and this comes to them naturally. As I said earlier, the HEYOKA empaths are introverts. And they find themselves having a hard time, difficult time managing their emotions. Remember, introverts feel drained when surrounded by people for a long time. So if you are this person who gets drained when surrounded by people for a long time, you may be a HEYOKA empath. Because HEYOKAs are quiet and they tend to try to keep everything to themselves. HEYOKA empaths keep the emotions bottled up inside, and they may not even know how they feel at all times. And this is because the HEYOKA is busy trying to get to understand or to read on how other people feel instead of paying attention to themselves. One thing about HEYOKA empaths, they value their personal space most of the time. But they also feel lonely at times without any apparent reason. So the big question I'm still asking as you're watching this live video, do you think you are a HEYOKA empath? If you are, please say it in the comment section of this video and tell us why you think you are one. Because one thing with the HEYOKA empath, you know what people are thinking even before they say it. Do you find yourself in that situation? Do you know what people are thinking? Do you know someone who knows what you're thinking? They are with you and they tell you, I know what you're thinking. And most of the times they are actually right. They will say exactly what you're thinking. Then that is a HEYOKA empath. You might not realize it, but if you're always quick to finish people's sentences, if you are this someone who knows what people are thinking when they don't even say anything, it's because you have strong empathic qualities. You have powerful empathic qualities, and maybe you are a HEYOKA empath. And this happens because you are able to pick up on other people's energy. And it's also because you have a strong sense of intuition and you have a deep understanding of how people work. Remember, all empaths have a strong intuition. They have a strong sense of intuition. We all have a sense of intuition. But if you are a HEYOKA empath, your intuition is on another level. You know who you are, and you trust in your judgment and capabilities. So you can sense who's trustworthy. You can sense who you need to avoid. That is if you are a HEYOKA empath. You can know who needs help. So if you are someone who's also humorous, you can make people laugh. Sometimes you are like a joker.